Hey girl, hey! You about ready?
Yeah, I just got out of class. I'll be there in a sec.
Oh yeah, run into the podcast bit. I'll be there in a sec.
See you soon. Ugh, okay, cool. Let's get started. Hey guys, it's me, Blaire Hastings, and we are here at the FPTV Team Open Mic Series. Today we actually have a really cool guest. His name is Daniel Quin, and he is on a podcast on social media. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, and thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
For being here.
Yeah.
It happened to work out. It fit into a small window, so
yeah, no problem.
glad you were able to do it.
Your podcast is called Look What I Did. And so tell us a little bit about your podcast.
So I guess about 3 years ago, I was looking for something to do and kind of like wanted to do a podcast. And a friend of mine and I like built stuff all the time in the garage, right? And it was like, maybe we can do a YouTube channel or we can like talk about this creative stuff. And then we realized like nobody cares what we're doing. Like nobody knows who we are. And so it's like, what if we interviewed other people who do stuff and then people will listen to that? And like, I have friends that are good at what they do. And so I just started calling people. I was like, hey, if we did this show, would you do it? Right. And I have friends that have like world traveling musicians or won Fortune Fire. Like I've just been lucky to know like some really interesting people. And so we just started with that, like who were the creative people that we knew, and we just started sitting down and talking to them. And this show started as like, tell me how you do what you do, like almost educational in a way, and really started to shift to more of like why you do what you do, right? And it became just this really casual, interactive conversation over the years. And I really like the show that it's become today, right? And it's everybody from like, this is what I do for a living and we're world class, to like the local person down the street who's learning how to make pottery for the first time.
Nice.
That's so cool. So how do you get your ideas nowadays for like more recent episodes?
The show is more established now, so people reach out to us, right? Like we have PR companies that will reach out to us or whatever. And then sometimes it's just like, you'll see something cool and just like, I want to know who that person is, right? And then I'll just ask them if they'll sit down and do the show. So I have a guest coming up this weekend that like does a really cool thing locally that they started up a number of months ago. And it was just interesting to me that like somebody's just like, I'm gonna make a show, right? And like pulls all this together to do this thing. And so I asked him if he would sit down and chat. And so you just kind of discover people or word of mouth. Once you're in, I think that community, they're very like, hey, you should talk to this person, right? And so there's constant referrals all the time.
Well, cool.
Awesome.
What was your favorite project that you actually like have come up with?
For me personally, I have something pretty cool coming up because I like to do creative things as well. And so a friend of mine and I didn't really do it, purchased a Model T, and we're restoring it to travel across the country on Route 66 is our goal, like next fall. And we're in the process of pitching that as like a mini series documentary to channel. And so that's pretty exciting. And it's
really
like,
cool.
Yeah, we're exploring the opportunity of like how to take like the concept and idea of Look What I Did and explore different aspects of creativity and doing stuff that way. So it's been a pretty cool conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like podcasts recently have become very popular, more than they have been in recent years. So what do you hope to see with your podcast or just podcasts in general in the next few years?
I'm excited to see what people are going to bring to the format. I think like you have very established things. You have the interview, you have the two people talking all the time, you have the voiceover narration. And in fiction podcasts, you've seen some creativity and some really interesting stuff happen. But I think in like free form or nonfiction podcasts, like somebody's going to shake it up in a way we haven't thought of yet. I don't think it's going to be me, right? But like I think it'll be.
Yeah,
like,
you never know.
Well, I really like Anchor came out, and I don't recommend Anchor actually. But I was just like, how easy is this to do? It's super easy. And I was like, I might just do a thing where I wake up every day and I talk for 5 minutes the minute I wake up, and that's my podcast. And like, that's probably a terrible idea, but somebody's going to do it, right? And it's going to be this like phenomena thing of this like slice of life moment. You know, somebody drive to work every day, like they may make that crazy interesting, and nobody's done that yet. So for us, like, you know, I hope to just continue growing the listener base. You know, we're in over 50 countries and listened to in every state in the United States, and like I'd like to continue growing that. But it's, yeah, I mean, somebody asked us this the other day, like we've already interviewed the guy we really wanted to interview when we started the show, and so now it's like, well, what do we do? Like, what's next? I don't know yet. But Adam Savage is on my list. I think I want to get Adam Savage. So.
That would be so cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, recently Aaron left the show, right? And so it's just me now, and that offers some like really interesting opportunities in some ways. So we may look at like having occasional guest hosts. I travel a decent amount. It allows me to do some more international interviews, because before we always tried to do it together. So, you know, I'll be in Spain later this year and a couple other places probably. And so like just the chance of like meeting somebody on the side of the road and just like, you're an awesome muralist, right? Like, let's sit and talk, which would be terrible because my Spanish is 5 words. But so yeah, I'm excited about that possibility though, right? So
yeah. Speaking of Spain, our other co-host, Paula Blanco, is not here right now, which is unfortunate, but she's doing such a great job right now, doing a small film festival for the Choice Education Network, which is what FPTV does for homeschool kids. So if you guys wanted to get more information on that, you can definitely do so by emailing her at info@faypublic.tv. Also,
I didn't even know that was a thing, and I set you up for the perfect segue. Look what I did.
You're basically a homeschool kid yourself. I mean, you're working from home and doing the
fair. And I was a homeschool kid for a couple years, so yeah.
Well, look at that.
Right?
Perfect segue.
Yeah, that's why I'm so weird.
You're awesome, and you're definitely hilarious on your podcast as well.
The place that Blaire is actually sitting in right now is our new podcast booth. So if you're interested in creating your own podcast, it could be anything. We're open, and you can go in and record. We have a camera set up, one that Blaire's using again, and we have audio equipment. You just go in there, you can record yourself, you can video yourself if you want, and you can be the next Daniel Quin if you want.
Yeah, you don't want, but that's super cool. I'll have to come interview you guys there in your own studio. We'll use your equipment.
That would be awesome.
Do it, Daniel. Yeah. Guys, keep in tune, because we're gonna do the opposite when Daniel is interviewing us.
We'll have fun, I promise.
No problem. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you liked this episode of season 2 with Daniel Quin here. If you guys want to do your own podcast, or you want any more information about FPTV, then make sure you can email us at admin@faypublic.tv or info@faypublic.tv, and we'll get you connected. This is Amber Karnish, Daniel Quin, and Blaire Hastings, and Paula Blanco. And we're signing off, guys. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.